Well, we've had our go-kart race in Dordrecht, and now we're off up the rivers and the canals towards Amsterdam. But first we have to go past Rotterdam. And before we get there, we've got this big road bridge to go under. The bridge is opening just for us. We're truly honoured.
I can't see any of the boats coming the other way.
Going up slowly, but right, it's a big bridge.
Move over to port.
And David's on the wheel.
Yeah, the green's on.
You need to keep well over to port.
All the way.
And then we can get through there quickly. They can lower the bridge, let the traffic get on with it.
Yeah, keep going.
The bridge keeper's likely to go through as quickly as you can. And even though there's still a red light shining there somewhere, they're likely to get through and get clear of the bridge. I had a chat with the bridge keeper one day, and he told me that they're likely to go through as quickly as you can, but if the red light is still shining and you have an accident, then it's your fault. And here's two barges coming up, overtaking us, having a race with one another. The outer one is actually registered in Switzerland, would you believe?
There they go.
There they go.
The outside there is from Switzerland.
A bit faster than us.
It's a big one.
And the outer one there is overtaking the one nearest to us. And here is a sight that you will never see anywhere else. It's the biggest landlocked ship you've ever seen in your life. Enormous. Look at the blue funnel there. And although it looks like a ship, it's actually a distribution depot. Along the canal banks here, or river banks I should say, because it's more of a river than a canal. Some lovely sights, lovely houses, a lot of industry. There's a bit of shipbuilding work here. Unusual looking boat. Something rather specialised, no doubt. And that enormous shed there is actually a shipbuilding shed. And that bridge there that we shall not be going under today is the bridge that leads you into Rotterdam. And we're looking at now some of the modern buildings around the edge of Rotterdam. And finally we've turned up the river that leads us to Gouda, and we come face to face with this barrier. The enormous construction you can see there is actually a flood barrier, and just to the left of it there's a little lock, or quite a large lock in fact, and you can see one of the boat waiting to go through there as we are. And while we're waiting we can look at some of the very pretty houses around here.
And we're waiting for the man
in that tower to make up his mind that it's time to switch the red light off and give us the green. We may have to wait for some time. Finally we get through, and we're on our way to Gouda, past some beautiful old houses. Well, some of them new, some of them old, but obviously quite expensive, with their own moorings. And here, to stop the boats getting banged about with all the wash, they lift their boats out of the water. That's how the canal is obviously not quite so wealthy. They haven't got their own moorings. There's still a lot of development going on there. And in amongst all that lot there's a scrapyard here. A boat being loaded up with scrap. This canal, well, this river is still very active with commercial traffic. There's a barge coming down towards us. Some very nice buildings around here. More commercial traffic. Loaded up with something there, I don't know what it is. Looks like rubbish to me. Another big barge coming down. And always the very lovely houses. We're just coming into a small town or village here. And there's a ferry that goes across the river here. Takes your cars with you. And there she is over there. Pulling out just as David comes up towards her. You've got one car on. And if you drive on, you have to reverse off. Because she only loads from one end. This little town just outside Rotterdam.
Oh, we're in Gouda now, and it's one of the streets. And you can see it's a lovely street lined with trees and the water. Oh look, and there's NORSELA. Right in amongst all the trees and everything. It's a lovely spot. And it's a beautiful day, clear blue sky, not a cloud in it. And David's having his lunch in the wheelhouse. Well, David doing a bit of maintenance here on one of the bikes. The one he's going to ride so the front wheel doesn't fall out.
Next time he does a wheelie.
So this is the main square in Gouda. There's the statues. And who do we have coming along here? There he is, and there he goes. There's a shot of the statues again, down the side. And over there we have the Weghouse there. And now we're just going to get a few shots around the village, around the town itself. Very nice little town. This is a little cheese shop, excellent place. All the Gouda cheeses. You should be able to smell it too, it's beautiful.
Hello.
Hello, I would like some Gouda please. What do you think about it, David?
Say again?
What do you think of it? Pretty?
Very nice. Lots of interesting architecture as well.
Yeah.
Interesting
now what do you make
sculpture
of that?
here of man struggling with a donkey on his back rather than the other way round. Quite clever if you look at it. And all around town, the little boats going through the canals. It's a really very pretty place. Very interesting. A fine old windmill under repair, restoration, and some of the old Dutch sailing barges along there. Some of these are permanently moored here, some of them are visiting. Well, last year when I left the mast of NORSELA, this was the first bridge that I went under where it was necessary to lower the the steaming mast that I'd made, and what did I do? I forgot to lower it, and I hit the bridge. Anyway, here we see the gate going down after the boats have come in, the counterweight there is going up, and this gate just simply pulls down the sliders and hits the bottom there somewhere. And when the water level's adjusted, up goes the other end, and the boats are free then to leave. But as you can see, there's a lot of water running off the lock gate there, and people on board had to either be ready for it or get wet, as she did. And on this next boat, you'll see the woman in the front doesn't particularly like the idea of going through that, but she's managed it. And the woman sitting on this side of the boat at the back has taken the precaution and put a towel over her head. Very sensible. Well, we just take one last look along the canal that we just cycled along, and look across there to the spire of the main church in the town. It's interesting because this church has a lovely chime, and so does the stadhuis. And we come here to have a beer or a drink while we're waiting, and then we're going to listen to the chimes on the stadhuis, and so that the two don't clash, the church chimes 2 minutes before the hour, and the stadhuis 2 minutes after. And here we go. This is a close-up of the front of the Weghuis, where it's now a cheese museum. It's where they used to weigh the cheeses and the other goods that went through the town. And next to it, the white building there to the left-hand side was a hotel, and one of the conditions was it was not allowed to be higher than the Weghuis. Anyway, we've had our beer, we've listened to the chimes, and David's bringing my bicycle over.
Yours, I believe.
Thank you.
Meneer, van waar bent u? Wacht even eens, van waar bent u?
I'm sorry, I don't speak English.
From where are you?
Oh, can I take your film at the same time?
No,
Oh.
because it's not,
Not
we're not
allowed.
allowed to film
Oh.
our...
Now the reason for that last clip was you saw how David was playing around with a rope ponytail, and I began to wonder about him. Well, I caught him going into that shop. Now you may have noticed that David had a can of Red Bull beside him. That was because there was a little job to do next. There's always something that needs doing on a boat. And a few years ago I had a forestay rigged on for a cutter sail. But in actual fact, I don't need it because I've now got the Yankee, and the forestay was getting in the way. So David volunteered very readily to go up the mast, which he seemed to enjoy doing because he'd done it before, and take it off for me. So with him climbing up there like a little monkey, and me taking a slack up on the halyard, he went up in the bosun's chair to the cross trees. And eventually he did get there, as you'll see. I think Helen McCarthy did it a bit quicker. But he's there, he's managed it. I now have to suss out what tools he needs. In the meantime, I'll make sure he doesn't fall down, so put the line on the cleat. Get a bit close where I can hear him. He seems to have decided. Yeah, I think he knows what he wants now. So I go inside, get the tools, and he hauls them up in the basket. Or not a basket, it's a bag. Shopping bag actually. Having done what he needs to do, he lowers the bag back down to me. Except I'm not there. I'll go inside for something or other. And David decides to have a little bit of fun and make the boat rock. He was quite disappointed that I hadn't actually noticed it, but he seemed to forget I'm quite used to the boat rocking. He tried again when I was outside, and that time I did notice it. As you can see, it's a bit of a stumble. Anyway, job's done, and he wants a photograph of him taken up there, so I'll come back here to take the photograph, so that everybody can see what he's done. And then, job done, it's time to come down. Are you ready, David? Yeah, I guess he is. So just slack off gently, and he comes down a little bit faster, a little bit more elegantly than he went up. Nice and steady does it. Down he comes. Well, the next morning we left Gouda as early as we could, which meant waiting for the bridge, and that's the first bridge opening for us now. And we passed through there, make a 90-degree turn, and we're immediately faced with our second bridge. We have a green light, and David's taking us through as quickly as he can. Well done. We come into this little basin here.
Thank you, Val.
But as I say, just a 90-degree turn, and we're straight to the next bridge. And the bridge keeper made us wait about 15 minutes before he opened that one for us. I suppose it's a busy time of day, so we can't really complain, holding off all this traffic. Just for one boat. The bridge will just come through. David put lots of stern on, and we stop, turn facing the bridge, and wait. 15 minutes are up, and we've got the green light again.
No.
And the bridge goes up for us. So after this we've just got one lock to go through, or sluice as they call them over here, and then after that there's just one more road bridge before the big railway bridge that we have to wait for, and we'll have to wait some time. Wave goodbye to the lock keeper, or bridge keeper. Up across this small basin and straight into the lock, take us out into the main canal. There it is.
Right.
Dave's going to take us alongside now, and that's it. We have to say goodbye, Gouda.